All right, welcome back to the IOY podcast. Today, I got a new guest on today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
What's the word, y'all? It's Double R, the God tapping in with y'all. So look, for y'all who don't know, I'm a rapper, engineer, producer, also do video editing and photography. I don't do that as much anymore, but I do know how. My main job right now is engineering and producing. And I'm also on TikTok. I got over 330,000 followers on TikTok right now, breaking down words, breaking down letters. So make sure y'all go check that out. All my links are in my bio. If you want to go to my YouTube, my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of that you can find there, and check out my website as well.
So, how did this all come to play? How did you come into music and everything like that?
I've been doing music my whole life. Actually, oh yeah, bro, introduce yourself too.
Oh, my name's Adrian Martinez. I got a podcast, a clothing brand called Invest in Yourself Clothing. I do interviews with all kinds of people, such as him, doing rapping, business owners, army people. I guess it just goes with everybody. I think that volume on your phone is up.
What you good? Is it messing up on your end?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Here, turn your volume down on your phone.
No, I did. I think it's on yours.
I got the volume down on my laptop. You want me to turn it here? Let me turn it down on mine real quick. Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, hold on. Turn my volume down right quick. All right, I'm about to.
Damn flies.
How does it sound now?
It's a lot better, yeah.
Okay, bet. Okay, for sure.
Okay, cool. We'll just cut that part out, because that's benefits of cutting shit out. You know what I'm saying? But all right, you just want to start over? Fuck it, dude.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
We good. Let's keep it rolling.
Okay, cool. All right, but basically, how did you get into rapping itself? I guess music.
I started music, bro, when I was like 7 years old. My mom, she put me into piano lessons. I started playing piano, and then for a while I was doing it, and then after a while I was like, I wasn't really focused on reading music. You know what I'm saying? I was more so focused on just making it. So for a while I stopped. And when I would go to my piano lessons, my teacher, she would always get upset because when I would play, she knew I didn't practice because I would be trying to play off ear. It was easier for me to just memorize songs from listening to it. So after she played it a couple of times and I would start to play, she could tell that I was mimicking, how it sounded based off of reading it. So for a while I stopped playing, and then sixth grade year or fourth and fifth grade, I started playing trumpet. And that's where I really got a chance to learn to read music. It was a lot easier, as opposed to playing two hands on the piano.
Yeah.
And then I was in band from maybe fourth to eighth grade, fourth to seventh grade. And then after that, I picked back up on my piano. And then in eighth grade, bro, something just overwhelmed me, and I just wanted to write a rap. I'll never forget it. Like, we was at school and we was beating on the table, just beatboxing and stuff like that. And I was always doing the beats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went home one day and it was this Mac Miller beat, that snapback beat that he got.
Oh yeah.
And I heard that and I wrote my first rap to that beat. And bro, that shit was just so hard. I remember going back to school, showing people like, bro, listen to this shit. Like, this shit hard as hell. And after that, bro, it's been up. I went ninth grade, like ninth, 10th grade, I went and grabbed a mic and I met up with my homeboy, James. He was using a program called Mixcraft at the time. And he was showing me how to use it. And I'm like, bro, how you learn how to use this? He's like, bro, he was like, I just taught myself how to use it. And he was sweet, like 15, you know what I'm saying? We was 14 and 15 and he knew what he was doing. Like, it wasn't the best quality sound, but you could definitely tell he mastered this program. He had been putting out tapes and stuff like that. So I'm like, bet. I'm like, bro, we about to start rapping. So me and him started rapping together. And then after that, I just kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it on my own when I bought my mic. First mic, I had a sock on it, like for the cushion and stuff like that. bro. Yes, yes, the little phone thing.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, bro. After that, I just kept going, and then I started using Pro Tools eventually, just because I wanted to take my sound to a higher level. And then around time I was 17, I was working at Tim Hortons, and my homeboy walked in, or this dude walked in. This dude walked in. This is before he was my homeboy. He was trying to get the job or whatever, figure out how to get the job. And I was telling him like, yo, bro, this, you know what I'm saying? Our boss, she like this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like just trying to get him in the door, and come to find out, bro make beats. So after work, we just walked home, you know what I'm saying? I walked to his crib. He showed me how to make beats. Um, he showed me how to use FL Studio. And then from that point, I just started doing that. And then around that time, I also picked up the camera and started doing film, because I'm like, fuck it, I'll shoot videos too. Started learning how to work Adobe Premiere. And over time, like from that point, ever since I was like 14, I've been just putting out content, putting out music, slowly developing my craft, seeing what it is that I really wanted to narrow in on, you know what I'm saying, and hone in on. I started off rapping, and it was naturally engineering, because I was recording my own music, and then producing came, and then filming after that.
Yeah. Damn, dude. So you really do a lot of different shit then. I mean, but as you started somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like I like how you
Right.
said you started with the mic, you know, it had a sock on the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But you got to
For
start
real.
somewhere, you know, and like you can tell, like I look at your music videos, you know, from the years before, and like you can tell you progress, but the rap and everything, the lyrics and everything were always there, but it just takes, you know, time to perfect the better quality of the, you know, the beat or the video or whatever it may be. But you know, as I've seen your music videos, you know, that I've, you know, researched and looked up, like I can definitely tell the progression. Like what was the one you came out with recently? It wasn't D2, was it? No, it was what's the recent one you came out with?
You're talking about 22. Or no, was it? Yeah, it was 22.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was that one.
Hold
Or
on one second, fam.
Blue Session.
They saying it's an echo on your end. I know it's got something to do with mine. I'm a hold on. Say something now. I'm about to mute my side and tell me if y'all still hear the echo. All right, so go ahead.
What up? What up? What up? I don't hear nothing on my. I don't hear nothing no more.
Do y'all hear echo? Do y'all hear echo now?
I don't hear nothing, man.
Hold on, I'm talking about the audience. Let's see. They saying it's an echo on your end. All right. Okay, it's good now. All right, so
All
I'm
right,
gonna just
cool.
mute my mic while you talking.
All
Okay.
right, cool. But no, I think it was blue. Shit, man, Blue Ascension, right? That was your new
Yeah.
video.
No, the Blue Ascension. No, Blue Ascension was on my Invincible album. My newest video is 22.
Oh, okay, yeah, and like that.
Oh, I know a video. I did shoot a video to Blue Ascension. I forgot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did
So
shoot a video to Blue Ascension.
yeah, and that one, like you can tell, like the quality and everything was great. You know what I'm saying? Were you a part of directing that and like I guess, you know, kind of filming it as well? I mean, like what parts are you able to do while you're, you know, a actor in your own inner or your own music video, you know?
Um, that video I did partially direct and film some of it, and mostly Belle, my queen, she shot most of it. She shot all of my videos that I didn't have shot by anybody else. I only had my video shot by two people, and that was actually three. My boy Tone, and Belle shot majority of my videos in Kari Visuals. And I did all the videos that Belle shot, I edited myself.
Damn, dude. So when you were doing that, that's what's good about being able to do your own shit. You know, like you can know what you want in that video. If you say a certain lyric, like say something with the fire, you can put that in there. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with like making your own beats and shit. That's what's really cool is like you have a certain sound for each word that you say. Like if you want to add a gunshot or if you want to add, you know, just like a gate opening or some shit, like you in your head, you know what you want to do.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like, uh, definitely working from all angles. Um, of this industry, like I wanted to get a glimpse of everything, like being able to see it from every direction, from the filming perspective, from the producing perspective, rapper and engineer perspective. It allows me to hone in on my rapping more because I know what a videographer is capable of doing on the editing side. You know what I'm saying? Or I know what a producer is able to do, you know, on the producing aspect of it. Or I know what I can do as a producer to make this video go harder. You know what I'm saying? I could set the videographer up for a alley-oop based off of how I'm producing the beat and the song as well. So it kind of gives me like an omnipresent view on everything that's going on. Even when I'm just playing one position, I can still help others in their position, or, you know, just, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I like that, man, that you're able to do all those things. Do you also, do produce beats and stuff for other people then, now that know how to do that really well?
Yeah, that's actually what I started off doing first. Like I started off engineering and producing for other people. I was always engineering for myself, but even like I'm not gonna say up to this point because I've always throughout the time been going over my own beats. But like now I'm really mastering my sound because it's kind of difficult to produce for yourself and engineer for yourself and rap. Like it's not difficult, but it's the creative energy that you have to do all three back to back. Like, for example, like people think that just making a beat, writing a song to it, recording it, mixing, like that's a lot of fucking work. Like, especially trying to keep, especially trying to create your creative energy going. Like I freestyle a lot. So, you know, when I'm ready to rap, I'm ready to rap. I'm not trying to wait till this beat is done or, you know, mix. So that's like something that I had to develop over time. And now I'm really getting to that point to where I'm mastering and figuring out exactly what type of beats I like to go over because it's already a process in itself, hearing your own voice and being comfortable hearing your own voice. You know, so like kind of trying to find the beats that'll fit my voice. It took experimenting and it took me to use certain YouTube beats to figure out what my voice sounded good on. You know what I'm saying? And what my voice sounded best on. And if I should be making these type of beats. And then sometimes I just like to get in my producer bag to where I just want to be a producer or I just want to be an artist. And you have to be able to do that because, you know, as an artist, when you produce too, you want to use a lot of these beats for yourself. But a lot of these beats might not be for you. Your sound, the sound that you producing might not be the sound. Every best beat is not always for you. So you got to be fair and be able to share. And, you know, when that artist come to your mind while you're making that beat, send it over to them.
Yeah, no, that absolutely makes sense. I like that, you put in the work. You actually, went to different beats on YouTube and just fucking researched and struggled, trying to figure out which, which one matched your flow. You know what I'm saying? Like that takes a lot of work to do that, And then, like you even have like two different flows that you use now, and some of your songs, like you'll be rapping. Then, I mean, obviously it's both rapping, but it's both like a different flow. You know what I mean? How did those two come to play? Like how did, you figure out that you wanted those two different flows?
Like when I first started rapping, I was like really into like lyricism, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been rapping for a while. So it's like when I started rapping, you know, Kanye, Wayne, Cole, you know what I'm saying? That was what was relevant. Eminem was relevant. Royce the 5'9" was like they still relevant, but they were what everybody was talking about. That form of rap was most popular. So I took a lot from that era and that generation. You know what I'm saying? Listening to Ludacris, listening to Wayne and stuff, heavily on punchlines. And, you know, over time, you know, the sound of music just started changing. So I wanted to, oh my goodness, my bad. I've been muted this whole time on the Instagram. My bad, y'all. But like I said, when I started rapping, uh, during that time, it was a lot of lyrical rap going on, like, you know, Wayne, J. Cole, you know, Kendrick, uh, Drake, even everybody, Ludacris. It was a lot of lyrical rap going on. So that's what I took away from in that time frame. And then over time, as music evolved, I just wanted to start trying different things. Like I feel like as a musician, it's easy to just get caught up in one style. It's easy to get caught up in just one dynamic of making music. And I look at music from the perspective of, like how an artist looks at they canvas and the tools that they use to make they art, like what type of artist would I be if all I did was paint? Like, yeah, there's some good painters that only paint, but that's not the type of artist that I am. I'm the type of artist that I want to paint. I want to use oil pastel. I want to use colored pencils, markers. You know what I'm saying? So, in that, and with that being said, I just wanted to try out new different flows, new styles, figure out how to manipulate my voice, and really looking at my voice as an instrument and looking at words as just like my crayons or my markers or my oil pastel. Like, I'm just using these to express an image. You know what I'm saying? Don't necessarily take everything that I'm saying serious, but just look at it from the art form. Listen to how I'm using these sounds and these words to catch your attention or to make something catchy or to bring about a certain energy. It's certain words that bring about certain energy. So, in my music, I'm very conscious and aware of that.
Yeah, and I can tell, like from your lyrics and shit, like you said, like you have the mark of the beast, I'm talking about, like you have the lyric flow, you had just that one flow, and it matched the energy of the beat and everything went along with it. The video was dope as shit. You're out in the city, just going in anywhere and doing it, but like I really like that one, because like you said, that energy really matched that beat, that voice that you had, that flow. It was perfect to that fucking beat. You know what I'm saying? And the music video
Thank
matched right along with that motherfucker, So you really do know what you are doing, and like you really go into detail, and you really you know what I'm saying? Like you really
you.
know, you got a grip on what the fuck you're doing. Like that, like to me, you sound smart as fuck about this whole music shit, and like the colors and the oils that you need to use for certain songs, certain beats. Like, damn, dude, like I don't usually hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you
No,
definitely broke it down for me.
no, real talk, bro. I appreciate that. No, I focus and I study music, and I don't just listen to one type of music. Like, I listen to all different types of music because even if you don't like it, it's always something you can learn or you can draw and make it something that you like about it. Like, I'm not a country fan at all. Like, that's probably one of the only genres. I'm not gonna say that I don't like. It's probably my least liked genre. But
Yeah, I
it's
feel
certain
it.
country songs that I've heard that I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This gave me chills. Like, this is a good song. So I know it just takes a little bit more diving, but I don't look at any song really as a bad song. It's just what you get from it, because it's like it's no bad sound. You know what I'm saying? It's no bad sound. You can beat on a desk and make a beat out of a desk. It just has to be in rhythm.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, you can literally make music out of fucking anything. You know what I'm saying? A goddamn, I think Sugar Free did it with a pencil and a penny. And
Exactly.
he just did a freestyle over that shit. But you just have to have the flow to go with it. And be on time, have the timing and shit with it. What is another
Facts.
song that I did like about you was Adrift. That was an older one, right?
That was actually not that long ago. That
Well,
was like,
well, like a
I want
year
to say I
ago.
wrote that. Yeah, yeah. Was that about a year ago? It was probably about, yeah, probably like the end of last year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like that visuals on there, the video for it, is like, just kind of in the streets as well, and I like that you said, don't tell your dreams, no one knows your vision. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to show them, right? That's what you're kind of hitting towards, right?
Facts.
Yeah, and like so like when I heard that, I was just like, yeah, I mean, the only way to really show someone, what you're trying to do or what you want to be or what you're going to be is just to fucking show them, you know what I'm saying? And progress every day, just like me and you, just by doing this podcast right now, you know what I'm saying? We're talking, people they listen to your music, but they don't really get to hear many interviews about you and get to know you as a person and have these conversations, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Another part I liked on there is, you said you don't set expectations, you know what I'm saying? Because then you got to worry about being fucking let down. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how I go about shit too. I mean, was there certain situations that, you may have got fucked over or something like that? where you were kind of left hanging?
Man, hell yeah. I feel like everybody that had these scenarios where they was like, expecting shit to go a certain way or expecting people to do certain things for them. And it was just a mind, it was just an eye opener for them. Like, and that's happened to me a lot in reality. Like, you can't expect nothing out of the situation except for what you put into it. And you can't expect anybody to do anything for you, whether they promise you it, whether you gave them this or that shit don't matter. Like, when you give to people, just give without the intention of anything coming back to you, because that's, for one, what you should be doing. But for two, like, you can't have any expectations outside of yourself. Like, you can only learn from certain situations. Like, okay, I know how not to do out of that, not to do that again, or I know what to expect from myself next time. But you can't expect anything from anybody because people are unpredictable. Life is unpredictable. Only thing that you can be prepared for is the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that is the only thing you can expect, is the unexpected. Seriously.
No,
And just take control of your day in the best way that you can, like, and just set goals for yourself and just move anything else that comes in, you know what I'm saying, that somebody gives you or shows love, just accept it and appreciate it. But you can't expect anything from anybody.
all right, cool. Can you hear me? All right, let me turn my volume down on here again. All right, cool. All right, I think you got your mic muted on here too, on Zoom.
Boom.
All right, cool. All right, so you were explaining, we were talking about the no expectations kind of thing, and basically, what I got from what you were saying was that the only thing you can really control is just yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, someone can tell you, hey, I'll be here on Friday, but hey, who knows if they're going to get shot, killed, or, anything, get in a car wreck. You know what I'm saying? That's the things you got to kind of, keep in mind, when, you think you're going to get something or something's going to happen. You just got to keep that in the back of your mind that, hey, this shit might not happen, but not to the point where it's just going to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have
Right.
to be able to fucking, kind of deal with. I think it might have lagged out again. Son of a bitch.
I can still hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Well, it looks
I can
like you're
still
about to
hear
say
you.
something.
No, I can hear you. I was just gonna say I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. But no, I mean, that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm from, being let down in certain situations. I mean, I guess it kind of smartens you up, and, like, you learned how to produce, how to, make videos, all because you did it on your own, and maybe you may have been left to, left, and someone didn't help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it on my own now.
Real talk. Real talk.
But like I was saying, another song that I liked, that was The Goat. You made that one maybe a few years ago, right?
Yep, I think I dropped that in 2017.
How did that one come about?
Um, that was like during my awakening stage. Like when I dropped that Invincible album, that was when I was just first waking up. Like, so it was a lot of information that was just coming to me, and there was a lot of energy in that album, a lot of energy in that song. And that was like, I'm thinking of the song too as I'm like playing the song in my head. But it was a lot of stuff going on in my life, like just experiences, me learning about this, me learning about that, that was like the beginning of my mind just flipping.
Yeah, and like you were like talking about, just kind of opening people's eyes to like what's going on in certain situations, like what situations, kind of you were talking about in that song.
I'm playing the song through my head right now. Go back to the living, how they live. This one for let's get it ready for ascension. Okay. Yeah, no, that was all spiritual stuff. That was straight spiritual, like just me wanting people to like me just wanting to bring a message through my music, you know what I'm saying, to what's going on. Like I said, this one for the living. If I talk about it now, would they get it? If I talk about the truth now, would they listen? Or they go back to the living, how they living? This one for my children. This one for the souls that's getting ready for ascension that don't care about this living. This for all the ones we had talks to that can never pay attention. Better get ready for this shit. Like in my mind, it was just like I'm learning about all of this shit, and it's like people need to pay attention for real. Like I felt like people wasn't getting it, and that was just me, like just putting all that energy into my music. Like everybody know who when you first start on your spiritual journey, it's like it's a lot of resistance from other people around you. You just start looking at the world differently. You start seeing, damn, people not seeing stuff how I'm seeing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you were kind of given like perspective on how to think about it or how to, go about thinking about, the whole situations that were going on at the time or, that been going on for a long time, and you're just trying to get people to like be like, hey, this is fucked up, what we're doing or what has been going on. Now it's time to make a change or wake the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
But on that Blue Ascension too, you said, like you kind of talked about more spiritual stuff, about God putting you here for a reason, and putting everybody here for a reason, like when did you come to realization of that?
Um, I would say, man, I didn't always know I was different. I never really knew like why I felt like that. But as I got older, I started to notice like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I can do certain things that other people can't. And just really honing into that and seeing my path, like, just going through life, figuring out certain information and just putting it together. And I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is what I've always been on this. I've always been on music. I've always been spiritually inclined. I've always asked questions when I was little, you know what I'm saying? Up until this point now, I still question everything. So it's like, this is just my character. This is just my being. This is just what, my vessel, this is the spirit that my vessel in houses, this is just my pure energy.
Yeah, and I like what you said about the questioning everything, I mean, we all kind of do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, it's like the ones that actually do question it, be like, hey, why the fuck are we doing this? And then kind of, wake up a sleeping army or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of us do think, like, why the hell am I doing this? Or why the hell are we all thinking this is all right? Or why the hell does this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like you just, certain people will have that, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying like, cause I question everything too, you know what I'm saying? So I can speak for myself, but like, it's the ones that, I guess you try to, act on it. And if it's something that needs to be acted on, then, you know what I'm saying, go for it. But, a lot of people will question and be like, fuck it, too much work. I ain't going to worry about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. That's 90% of the world. That's 90% of the world right there.
Yeah, and
No, for real.
that's why it's hard to make a change or do some shit, you know?
No, I feel that. And bro, I didn't thought about it like hundreds of times. Like, dang, is this really worth me going this length? And there's never nothing in me that's like, no, it's not worth it. Like I'm gonna be going until I can't go no more. Like it's just certain people is just in certain people, like individuals like me and you that's building our brand, constantly working on ourselves every day, trying to find ways to make ourselves better. That's just who we naturally are. Like we're naturally like that. We naturally had the energy to just want to get up and go. And it's a lot of us in here that have that energy, but it's just about acting on it. You know what I'm saying? Not making the excuses and realizing that everybody has their own special abilities and talents. Everybody is different. Everybody has something inside of them that needs to be awakened. Like I could have the key, you know, we all the key to unlock each other. And what I mean by that is me talking about my words or spells could make somebody in Switzerland decide, they could be in school for cancer, just may decide to look up one word and that could be the formula to, you know what I'm saying, making something else. Like we don't know how much of an influence we are to one another. Like everything that we do, we were influenced by somebody else before us to do it. So just with that in itself, I mean, no matter what it is you do, whether you walking, crawling, eating, breathing, sleeping, even the most basic functions we have, we was all influenced by somebody, the way that we talk, everything. So it's like, you know, we all influence each other. We all, Tupac inspired millions of rappers. Certain doctors inspired millions of doctors. We all the key to unlocking each other. Everybody has a special talent inside of themselves. So just by you being yourself and being the best you that you can be is, I feel like, is what you most have to offer to the world.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's great, because that is absolutely 100% true. We were all inspired by someone to do something that we wanted to do. Who inspired you to do music?
Um, as far as like rapping wise or
Yeah.
just music in general.
Who influenced you in music, I guess?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, my mom influenced me into music because she was the first one to put me into music classes in life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My brother, he always was a big influence because he, my brother and my cousin Rudy, they always were influenced because they always played music around me. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother had a whole case of burnt CDs in his car, and like he loved driving in the car, listening to music. So we was listening to Wayne, we was listening to Kanye, we was listening to Ludacris. Them is like some of my favorite artists, Drake, um, motherfucking J. Cole, Rakim. Like I was listening to John Legend and Alicia Keys because they was playing on the piano. Any type of music. I was listening to Coldplay. Like Coldplay was really one of my inspirations, literally, to get back on the piano when I turned 14 because I just happened to hear a song on the radio and it was Viva La Vida by Coldplay. And it was the and I'm like, bro, that song is so sweet. Like, I want to go back home and learn how to play it on my piano. So I went back home, learned how to play it. And then from that point, I just started improvising and just doing different shit and making that song into my own. And then from that point, I just started making I started learning more songs. I started learning John Legend songs, Alicia Keys songs, and I just started making it mine and doing different stuff to it. And then, by the time I started producing, I had like a nice little ground to work off of. I knew chords, I knew how to read from band and stuff like that. So it all came together. But as far as artists go, I'd probably say the first artist that influenced me was Wayne, Cole, Drake, Kanye. Really, really Wayne and Kanye is the top two. Like they was doing so much in music during that time, and they still making music now. Like them niggas is crazy. Them niggas is cold. Like
Yeah, and I can
real talk.
and I could definitely tell, by the way the people that you said influenced you. I can tell, by the music that you make and create, you have that lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
had. You know what I'm saying? So And that's my favorite part. I love that shit. I love to hear a fucking story. I love to hear a fucking song about a message, you know, a purpose, you know, something that's fucking meaningful. And that's how your music, your songs are, you know. So that's why I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna hit this dude
Thank
up
you.
and see you do an interview. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Here we
real
fucking
talk.
are right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like, but you know, kind of, you know, back to the, you know, the words things, you know, on your song, on everything, the name that song, you kind of talked, you know, like about, you know, when you talk, you have to be kind of careful with your words and what you say and how you say them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say some shit wrong or in a wrong context, I mean, you can really fucking piss someone off. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I got from that verse. You know, was that kind of what it was? The message was of that song?
You talking about the song "Niggas
Oh,
Hate on Me" and that's on everything.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
on
yeah.
everything. You talking about? Honestly, that song was just like I was trying to figure out. Like I was getting into my bag of catchiness, like really developing my hooks, figuring out which way I wanted to go with my hooks. Like during that time, I was really mastering like my auto tune style, my singing style, and just really getting them hooks together. Like that was that era.
Yeah, and that hook was dope as fuck. You know, like it went exactly with how it was supposed to go with the, you know, the verse, you know, and then your buddy was on there that you've done music with too, right? You've done multiple songs with him too. He went good. He was
Yep.
pretty good on that shit too.
Thank you.
So what is this? You know, your TikTok. I wanted to hear it. You know, like what is it all about that you do on there?
So basically, I started my TikTok back in February, and I wanted to bring forth spiritual content and bring some more awareness to the people. And the first thing that I started doing was words. Like I felt like I'm gonna keep going into my TikTok. I'm gonna go further into it. I'm gonna be doing different subjects. But I felt like the best thing, the best thing for me to start off with was words because everybody uses words. Like everybody speaks English. So what better subject to start talking about than the actual things we use to communicate? So, I also, like I'm into religious subjects, I'm into science, I'm into a lot of subjects. And the English language is not one that you can really misinterpret. Like religion can be easily misinterpreted. Science can be easily misinterpreted if you don't know anything about science. So I was thinking like, what's a common sense way that I could get people to understand and open their eyes up to certain scenarios and ideas because a lot of our minds are closed off to certain things because we just don't think it's possible. So, with the words, it's like you can't really go wrong with a definition. If I'm telling you this is what a word means, you can go Google it and see that that's what it means. I'm literally just defining words to you and telling you what they mean. But what people don't know is how powerful the English language is, and that we're actually casting spells when we speak, and that our words are vibratory frequencies that are physical things. So when they say, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words may never hurt you, that's a lie because words are just as powerful as physical actions, if not more powerful, because they are powerful. Words start wars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Words
and
words are very powerful. So you can beat somebody up and they'll come back too. But you could say some shit to somebody that had them fucked up forever. Like it's no healing from that. It's no coming back from that. That'll be something that'll constantly be in your aura for the rest of your life. So that literally that word, that damaging word that I spoke to you could literally damage your chemical anatomy in your body because now you're thinking differently. I've been able to enter your energetic field literally because the words that I'm speaking are vibratory frequencies, just like your hand is a vibratory frequency, just like everything your body is a vibratory frequency. So, when I started breaking down words, the word, we use words to spell, so spelling itself, the word itself, what is spelling? Why don't we call it wording or why don't we call it lettering? We call it spelling. Then you have spelling bees. Then you break down these words like kindergarten. Kinder means children. Garden is garden. So these are where the seeds are being planted. This is where you first learn how to spell. This is why you write in cursive. It's literally a curse that's being written. You know what I'm saying? So we know certain shapes. Certain shapes bring about certain energies. Like for example, if you look at a Mustang versus a Toyota Camry, them two shapes are going to give off different energies to you. So we know that shapes convey emotional energy, right? So that means the shape of a letter does the same thing. And we all associate these certain letters with certain things. We can associate the letter T with tree because the word tree starts with T. The letter T is also shaped like the letter T. You get what I'm saying? The letter B is shaped like a pregnant woman. The words birth, bud, breast, baby all start with the letter B, right? The letter A is the first letter of the alphabet. And we use the letter A as a reference to one, like when we say a car, a house, a person, right? So all of these letters and all of these words, and mostly the letters, all carry their own influence. Now, when I start breaking down letters, this is what we have to understand. Just like when you listen to certain music, music is a vibration at a certain frequency or at a certain rhythm, right? So if we put enough sounds together at a certain rhythm, we can create an emotional experience. So if we put a bunch of letters together, and a letter is what? A letter is a symbol, and it symbolizes what? A sound. A sound is what? Frequency or vibration, right? And this vibration, or this letter A that, say, for example, we say B, we can scientifically measure that sound. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be similar majority of the time outside of the tones. So basically the letter B is a code. It's a frequency code. So each one of these letters, just like each note on a keyboard has a certain frequency and makes you feel a certain way, these letters do the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So when we formulate these certain letters together in a certain way, they will influence you a certain type of way. And like I've been breaking down the letters carry certain influential energies too, like certain characteristics or certain personalities, like not saying that, like, for example, a person whose name starts with the letter A may be more aggressive. They may be a leader. You know what I'm saying? They may be first-minded, thinking about themselves. The negative aspects of them, they could be selfish because the frequency that the letter A carries is that energy, right? Not saying that that person will be like that, but it's like if we keep calling somebody a bitch over and over and over again, that don't make them a bitch, but that is an influence on their frequency that could make them become that. The kids that got made fun of in school, they either, this is a perfect example. They either let all that shit roll off of them, you feel me? Or that really changed their frequency. They really took on that. They really took on people calling them a wuss or people calling them a wimp or people saying that they can't do it. That's because the words that you're saying is literally physically affecting them. And they've even done experiments where they have plants on different sides of the room because water holds information. Water stores and holds information. Your body is 75% water. So we have experiments where they got plants filled with water on different sides of the room, and we got the classroom saying a bunch of negative stuff to this plant, while we got the classroom saying a bunch of positive stuff to this plant. And the plants are literally growing. One is growing and the other one is dying based off of the words that they're saying. And when they go and look at it microscopically, the one that was said good things to has like crystalline snowflake looking structures. The ones that aren't, that they wasn't saying anything good to, looks like bacteria and viruses. You know what I'm saying? So the power of our words, that's why they say you can speak things into existence. That's why when people say negative stuff like, you know, when people just say negative stuff, you feel it, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to put that negative energy into the air. But people will be like, don't say that. Don't even say nothing like that. That's because you literally can feel that energy manifesting. And it could possibly happen just by speaking on it, because you're putting it into the universe. You know, when you're outside and there's a lot of space around you, speak and you hear an echo, that sound is literally reverberating into the universe. The universe responds to you. You know what I'm saying? The universe is a reflection of yourself. So what you put out there, you will receive.
Where in the fuck did you learn all that, dude? That's incredible. Where the hell did you learn that? Because that all does make sense. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
Bro, I'll be doing a lot of reading, bro. I've been studying this shit for a couple of years now, for 5+ years, not just this subject, but once you've been studying into so many things and you just start looking more and more into stuff, it's like once you have a general amount of information on a couple of different subjects, everything else just starts to make sense. Everything else just starts to click. And the more you look into things and the more you start reading, it just you start to see it. You know what I'm saying? It just starts coming to you, like, for example, with the words. And now that we've talked about it and I've opened your eyes up to it, and that's what the third eye is. Like, the third eye is an actual eye, but it really is, though, because it changes your perception. Your third eye is actually your pineal gland, but your third eye is another term for your perception changing and being able to see things differently, being able to interpret images and messages differently. Like, for example, in the United States, our whole voting system, it's a play on words there, and people don't realize it. Like, for example, you go, like, for the president, when people get ready to vote, the word vote itself is phonetically similar to the word volt, like an electrical volt, right? So that's another way that they esoterically, and esoterically means hidden or within, like not what the masses are learning. Esoterically, these words, you can see the hidden messages behind them. For example, an anagram, or words that sound the same. An anagram is, for example, dormitory. If you rearrange the words in dormitory, it's dirty room, right? And a dormitory is where kids stay at, and 9 times out of 10 is going to be dirty. A customer, the anagram of customer is store scum. The anagram of funeral is real fun. The anagram of astronomer is moon stare, right? So you have certain words like no, and they are spelled differently, but they sound the same, right? So that's a way that they hide words. So in the voting system, or the votes, like an electrical charge, right? What do you do when you get ready to vote? You go to a voting poll. What's a poll? A poll has a positive and a negative charge to it, right? Like an electrical poll, right? So you go to vote at a poll to elect, or electrical, you get what I'm saying? Or you do the electoral votes, right? So you go to the vote at a poll to elect who you want to see in power or in charge, right? So it's kind of crazy how all these words are similar. You know what I'm saying? And then when we start talking about money, like currency, the flow of currency, the flow of electricity, the flow of energy, or the flow of water, right? So they use all of these different words because it's a play on words, and it has a lot to do with us agreeing to things and us not knowingly know that we're agreeing to them. But they may change a certain letter, like they may remove a vowel and switch it for another vowel. Like, for example, we got blind and we got bland, right? If we switch the A and the I, it's still the same thing, because the consonants, the harder letters around them all mean the same thing. Bland is the lack of taste. Blind is the lack of sight, right? Blunt is the lack of sharpness. Blonde is the lack of color, right? So it's like they will rearrange certain vowels. The vowels all mean the same thing, right? Like it doesn't really make a difference. So they'll hide certain things, and when you look at it, you don't see it, but when you hear it, subconsciously it's being processed. For example, currency, they relate money to currency, right? So when you go to a bank, like a river bank, you know what I'm saying? This is where the flow of water is coming through. That's why they call people like loan sharks. You know what I'm saying? Or a bank, or they say the market is liquid. Like all of these words relate back to water. Like even your relationship. Like, why is there a ship at the end of a relationship? And that's because everything is based off of this type of water. It's maritime law, right? So everything goes back to maritime law. And I'm kind of getting deep into this. But maritime law is the law of the water. So we got the law of the land that has to do with everything that's going on the land. Then we got the law of water, which has to do with everything going on that water, whether it be military, whether it be cargo ships. You know, the laws on the water are different and they're more strict because, like, for example, if somebody is out at sea for 7 years, they'll consider you dead at sea. They won't do that on land. You know what I'm saying? If they don't find about you, they just say you missing, but you won't be dead. So the laws of water are completely different. Now, this is where they got us fucked up because when you're born in the amniotic fluid, which is water, right? So according to them, you're born at sea or you're born on water, right? So when you look at the entire birthing system, I'm gonna explain this to you. What does a sailor call his ship? He calls it a mothership. He calls it a mothership, right? So the father is the captain, the mother is the ship. When a baby is being held in the stomach, right? Is it freezing on your end on the Instagram?
Yeah, it said my phone overheated.
Oh, it overheated. Okay.
So I guess it got to cool down, but we can keep doing the interview.
Okay. I don't know if y'all can still hear me on here, but we're gonna keep it going.
You can turn me up on there too if you want.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm gonna turn him.
I think you might have you muted the computer as well.
Okay, boom, we back.
All right, cool.
Okay, so
but the baby,
yeah, his phone charging, his phone overheated, y'all. So y'all just gonna have to listen to him off of here. But so the on a ship, the father is the captain, and the captain calls his ship the mothership, right?
Yes.
So what does the ship carry? It carries precious cargo. It carries cargo. That's what they call babies, precious cargo.
Yeah.
Now, when a ship is getting ready to be docked, it goes through something called a birth canal, or it goes through something called a canal, right? So a canal is an artificial waterway to direct the flow of the boat so that it lands in that specific area. Now, what does the baby go through? The baby goes through a birth canal. When a ship stops at a dock, they call it being birthed. It's called a birth vessel, right? So when the ship reaches the dock or the docked or, you feel me?
Yeah.
This is the process. They literally making the birthing experience like the process of a ship. Once the ship reaches the dock, right, or the doctor, and the docked or a dock is where the people take the cargo off of the ship, right?
Yeah.
A docked or is a paddle that you use to go through water, right?
Yeah.
So when you get to the docked or, then the baby is being delivered. Then a certificate of manifest is presented, right? So
oh my bad.
What'd you say?
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
So a certificate of manifest is presented. So I'm on the ship, you at the dock. I'm handing you over this certificate of manifest. This is a list of everything that's on this ship. So I'm giving you the ownership to this to all of this cargo that's on here. Yeah. When a baby is being born, you sign a certificate of live birth. That certificate of live birth is you transferring your rights of your child over to the government. You get what I'm saying? Because they're the way that they're doing this is because you're considered to be under maritime law. You're considered to be functioning under maritime law. So now, without your parents even knowing, they have signed their rights of you over to the government as a product. This is why you get a social security number, and that's your identification number. That's your serial number. So we're going to give you this serial number, and now you will become a part of the corporation of the United States, because the United States is a corporation. It's not a country. the United States of America is the country, but you won't see that on a document, right? So when you hear people saying the United States is a business, this is what they're talking about. They're not talking about people just make a whole bunch of money. No, the United States is literally a fucking corporation, just like McDonald's. Like how they say McDonald's is a business, the United States is a business. So now you have this birth certificate that's basically representing you as a product. So you have your individual self as a human being, your spirit self. You feel me? Adrian, that's you. Then you have Adrian in all capital letters on this piece of paper. So now when you're driving around and say, for example, you get pulled over by one of the United States workers and they say, license and registration, please, and you show them this piece of identification, you are identifying yourself as a product of the United States, which makes them eligible and gives them jurisdiction to operate within their means, because you literally are giving them that right. We not realizing that we're tricking ourselves out of our own privilege and out of our own rights because we don't know what the fuck we're reading. There's two different dictionaries. There's a dictionary and then there's a black law dictionary. The dictionary is all of the shit that we come up with and say that it has a meaning for. Oh, this is what cool means. This is what this means, and this is what that means. The black law dictionary is all of the words that have to do with legal stuff. I don't give a fuck what it is. Any type of legal document, anything that has to do with any type of legality, a contract that you signed up for your job, any of that, you have to be reading a black law dictionary. Otherwise, you're going to be interpreting this piece of paper completely different. Like, for example, a person in the law dictionary isn't just a human being. It could be a corporation. It could be a different entity. So now you reading this document and you think that you're agreeing to something and you have no idea what you're agreeing to. This is why you have a lawyer, because your lawyer is going to represent you, is going to represent the defendant. That's why they call it a defendant, because you're deaf, because you don't know what they're saying. That's why they call it a hearing, because they're testing your hearing. Or they call it a trial, because a trial is another word for what? A tryout, right? Where do you do tryouts at? Football. Right? Basketball, football. You do football tryouts. What do they call the place where you go to handle your business with lawyers and stuff? A court. They call it a court. You get what I'm saying? So these words that they using, bro, the words is, bro, it's so crazy. Like literally everything when it comes to big corporations, when it comes to logos, when it comes to their names, if you break down and look at the words like that they're using, it'll literally explain it to you. Like, yeah, this is exactly what this means. A lot of people don't know what stuff means because they're not looking deep enough into it. Like, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just we are unaware. We are unaware that we're being introduced in this cycle. We're wondering why you have to wear a face covering when you walk into a building. That's because people don't know the law. Because if you knew the law, you know that's against your natural rights. And anything covering your face that's stopping you from breathing is against your natural rights. You can't force anybody to put anything on their face. Stopping somebody for speeding 80 miles an hour and they didn't hurt nobody or harm nobody is act against your free. That's like, just imagine me just seeing you doing something I don't like and just me coming to stop you. Like who am I to tell you not to wear a seatbelt while you driving? Not saying that I recommend that, but for me to pull you over and inconvenience you for your day for something that you decided you want to do is just out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then to just be taxing people and finding people, like, that's kind of crazy. Especially when we know that for example, some people will argue like, oh yeah, well, we have to have regulations and stuff like that. But if you ask them, would you rather you not be able to get a ticket or would you rather you be able to get a ticket? They're going to say no. They'd rather not be able to get a ticket. Now, obviously, we have to have some sense of decency. Obviously, we have to have some type of regulations and stuff like that. But it's just like, you know, the certain fines that we be getting, you know, like the amount of people that went to jail for smoking weed. Like marijuana is a fucking vegetable. It's a plant. You can literally eat marijuana, and they have that shit illegal and had people locked up away from their kids because they decided they wanted to make that illegal.
Yeah,
That's against the law. That's against the law.
yeah, and
But
like in some states it's legal and in some it's not, and there's people sitting in prison for it. Like, what the fuck?
exactly, bro. So it's this the thing too. There's a difference between what's lawful and what's legal. You get what I'm saying? Like the law is the law of the land. What's legal has to do. There really is. It really is no definition for legal. Like when you look up in the Black's dictionary, it's really legal is really nothing. That's something that they created. So lawful is like you can't hurt anybody or step onto somebody else's property without their rights. Lawful is I'm gonna treat you with respect if you treat me with respect. I'm gonna stay on my property, you stay on your property. You feel me? That's lawful. Legal is I'm about to fine you for parking here too long. That's legal.
Yeah.
I'm about to give you a ticket for having on a seatbelt or not having on a seatbelt. That's legal.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. I'm just so surprised that you researched and did all this shit. I mean, it really opened my mind up to a lot of different shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, it's a good thing to be aware of, and like, how all these words connect and how they come to play with each other. It's just so fucking weird, and like, is that what they were meant for? You know what I'm saying? For a majority of those words, they're supposed to explain the action of what the word means. You know what I'm saying? Like all these words you've said, when they were created, that's what they were supposed to be meant for. Or did it just happen like that?
You're talking about, like, for example, like vote and vote.
Yeah.
Like, does it literally mean energy? Honestly, it's a little bit of two things. It's one, their sick, twisted way for just fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how they're telling us. This is their way of explaining this to us. Like, for example, this is what I believe that there's extraterrestrials. I believe that there's other beings outside of our Earth, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that there's universal and there's galactic laws. Like you cannot impede onto a developing civilization if they aren't at a certain level. You know what I'm saying? You can't influence, you can't jump onto somebody's free will, you can't impose on somebody's free will without them agreeing to you with you on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of a contract, because that's a spiritual signature. You literally cast in the spell when you sign your signature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you agreed to do this. So nobody can come in and help you, and stop this from happening. Or we can keep doing this because the people that your parents, they put you into this system unknowingly. They unknowingly agreed to this. And now because you're a part of this system, you have to act out this until you figure out a way to get out of it. And there is ways to get out of it, but it takes time, it takes studying, knowing the law and stuff like that. So it's like when they say vote, they change it to vote. You know what I'm saying? And when you start studying words, I look at like a lot of different languages now because English is such a new language. So when you just hear like for example, the word garden, like in kindergarten, how it's spelled, and the actual word garden, like never do we replace a T for a D. You know what I'm saying? Like how we would a Y for an I or a U or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Never do we do that. But in this particular case, from it switching from one language to another, they changed the letter. And it's like, we would never put two and two together. We would never think garden with a T is the same as garden with a D, but it is. And that just goes to show you like words like vote and vote, how they sound the same but are spelled differently, do have a connection with each other. So, when they say, who wants to be in charge or the electoral, they're explaining to you that you're voting, you're giving your energy, you're giving a charge when you go to vote at a poll. They're saying, they're basically like, well, we told you it was a poll. You know what I'm saying? We told you were voting. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're agreeing to it. It's like this. This is how they be slick, bro. For example, they show movies with human trafficking, right? So a righteous human being in their right mind would be like, we shouldn't be putting out movies of people trafficking other people. Like that's not an idea we want to put into the world. Like little kids don't know that shit before they enter the world. That idea was put into their mind. A killer in the woods is an idea that was put into your mind by a movie. That's why people don't like nature, because they see so many scary movies that they're afraid.
Yeah.
But fear is a program that can be programmed into your mind. So if you got human trafficking, it's basically them saying, look at what we're doing, right? Because in actuality, we should be like, we're not showing people movies like this. This is not okay. We're okaying this shit. We're okaying some of the shit that we see on Netflix when we don't talk about it, when we don't voice our opinions about it. Because, you know what, we just watching this shit, we know that it's going on. Like this shit is really happening in another fucking country right now. You know what I'm saying? And we in the fucking movie theater watching it. Like we don't know that there's real life human trafficking going on. Like that shit is real. And we sit and watch movies and eat popcorn like that shit doesn't exist. That's you agreeing with this and saying that this is okay. This is okay for us to watch movies like Saw, where they got motherfuckers locked up in rooms, you know what I'm saying, chopping their heads off. Then you get on the fucking black web and you see that shit for real, and you like, damn, this shit is real. This not no bullshit. Like this shit really goes on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that is a part of it, is impeding on our free will. That's how they get us to agree with the bullshit that they do. They get us to agree with it.
Well, that's crazy, man. That, I mean, it's crazy, but makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you said, you know, I've always wondered, and you know, I guess now you really broke that shit down and fucking explained it to me to where it's clear. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know, it's a lot to take in. It really fucking is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just,
No, I'm hit.
You know what I'm saying? But it's good to take in. You know what I'm saying? With all that shit, you know. I mean, obviously, a lot of other people are interested. You got plenty of followers on TikTok, you know, with the music along with it, you know what I'm saying? But people really are interested in what it is and what it says. And that's good that you have a special knowledge in that, because you broke it down really good. And I really think, like, if you want to, dude, like, make a fucking podcast about it, dude, you know, and just have other people that have the same ideas and same shit with you, or same words, or just whatever it is. Like, you'd be really good at it. I mean, you just went on a fucking rant, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been talking more than me, you know, this all the whole fucking thing, you know what I mean? But I think you
No,
could
real
fucking
talk.
definitely do one. Like, if you do like 30-minute ones, but I bet you probably do 30-minute ones, you end up doing an hour or three. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
But no, I really would think that'd be a good idea, you know, if you have time for that, you know, to add something like that. But I think you did really, really good at breaking that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Like,
you,
because
bro.
I thought that was really interesting, because I know a lot of, obviously, all your TikTok people think it's interesting too, because it makes sense. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly. And that's why I started with the words, because it's fucking words. Like
Yep.
we just having a conversation, we just conversing, and it's clicking with you like that.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, if I was to bring up extraterrestrials, that's questionable. If I was to bring up, you know, religion, that's questionable. All these things are questionable, but when you hear from the word perspective, and you can see the words and the language we're using, once you start breaking down the words that you see in your life, and you look up the definition and you look up the etymology of the words, it'll tell you exactly what it is.
Yep.
Like, I'm not 100% accurate on this statement, but the word hospital comes from the word hospice, and hospice is like a terrible place to be. Like,
That's when you're dying, right?
like it's derived from that word, and that's what the etymology is. It's the origin and the root meaning of the word. So you want to look up the etymology on words so you can actually know the origin of where it came from. Like, it's important to know the origin of where a word came from. And you might think, well, all I need to know is the definition. No, you need to know where this word came from. Like, you need to know where this trend came from. Like, for example, you see dudes wearing like little purses and stuff now. You got to know where that trend came from. Like, you got to have some recollection. Like, you got to know where stuff came from. And it's like, with the words, this word, like, for example, I'm trying to think of a good word. We'll just say, for example, we could be saying holy, right?
Yeah.
The word holy could have originated from the word devil in a different language. That's important to know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
damn,
finding
this
the
word to
origin.
me, this word used to mean devil, and then come to find out everywhere you see the word holy, it's got some demonic shit around it, and you just never put two and two together. But when you start looking up these words, bro, it really started making sense. Like everything started clicking for you.
No, and I like that, you know, finding the origin to fucking whatever, the trend, the word, the saying, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Because once you know that origin, then you know the truth behind it, and it might be fucked up, like you said, you know. And I mean, that's what it's a lot of work to fucking do, but if you're willing to put in the work and actually learn about the history of everything, you're going to be really knowledgeable about more shit, and you're going to know what you want to do about it, or how you want to pursue life. It might give you a whole new fucking meaning on life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
like it did for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if people are willing to do that, which I think a lot of people would, but not a whole lot. I'd say, you know, probably under 50%, you know what I'm saying? A lot of
Right.
people want to do shit, you know what I'm saying? But for the people that do, they're gonna listen, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were to do some podcast or some shit about it, people would listen. They're obviously not everybody, not everybody's gonna listen to anything, to anybody's shit, but like the select few or the group that does, they're gonna fuck with you heavy, and you're gonna have some
Facts.
hardcore fans.
I actually have my website up, and I'm doing presentations on there. I did a 2.5 hour long presentation on everything that I'm talking about. Like
Hell yeah.
literally breaking everything down bit by bit. And I'm doing my website. My website subscription is $5 a month. So it's $5 a month for the conscious information. It's $5 a month for the music production. Like I'm teaching engineering. I'm teaching not video production, but music production on there. And I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then it's $10 a month for both. But I do live streams where I'm gonna be doing events and be doing them live, and then it'll only be on my website after that, and you'll just be able to pay for it upfront like that. But right now, like the first one that I did, I put up for free, and I just let people get to it because I want people to have this information. Like the money comes second, you know what I'm saying? But it do take a lot of time to look up all this information and put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like this should take work.
Yeah,
So
it takes a lot of fucking time to figure all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely need to be get paid for that shit. And that's dope as fuck though. I see you being a fucking teacher, you know, a leader or some shit, you know, like putting people up to fucking game. You know what I'm saying? It just starts here.
no,
And
real
then
talk.
eventually, once more years pass by and shit, more you got more fans, more subscribers, whatever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? You can have a big following, dude. Like, cause you're very knowledgeable on a lot of different shit.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to add or leave the people with, or new music coming, or you know, just anything before we wrap up?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely dropping new music. I'm be dropping music every week. So make sure y'all check that out. I got videos coming on the way. I'm gonna be uploading more on TikTok. I'm gonna be uploading more on YouTube. Make sure y'all go check out my website. If y'all want to learn how to make beats, y'all want to learn how to engineer, I'm gonna be posting more videos on there on my website, and I'm really developing my website right now, y'all, because these platforms, you can't trust them. They don't want you talking about everything. So certain subjects I can't even bring up on my website. Like I said, my website, it'll be $5 a month. Y'all go throw that in there. That's a trip to the gas station. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be bringing compact information to y'all. Like I have something up right now that's it's a lecture that's 2.5 hours long. I don't have the it's not up on YouTube. YouTube flagged it. I had it up for free and they flagged it, but I put it on private and I downloaded it because I didn't want them to take it down and delete it. So you really only can watch it on my website. So if you need the link, I will send it to you. I got a private link for it. I can send it to you. I'll send it to you, Adrian, too, so you can check it out. If you want it, if you want it, the link, just DM me. I'll send it to you for free. I'm not gonna charge y'all. I still want to build my website up and put more content on there before I actually start promoting my website, so that when y'all get on there, y'all have a lot of stuff that y'all can look at and enjoy. So yeah, other than that, I got a new song out. I did a remix to Drake's new Champagne Poetry. Make sure y'all go check that out. I body that beat. And yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be pushing out content all week, all month, all year.
Hell yeah, man. I like that. Hey, let me join I hit request on there on that live, so then I can tell everybody thanks and shit too. But no, dude, I really appreciate this, you coming on and, really putting me on to some new shit. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot today. You know what I'm saying? Just
You
hearing
on
all the
live?
shit.
You on
Oh,
live,
shit.
fam?
Oh,
Yeah, there
okay,
you go.
cool. But yeah. Thanks for everybody that joined the live. I appreciate it. And, just follow me at invest underscore in and underscore yourself underscore clothing. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's the first time I ever fucking did that. You know what I'm saying? But no, thanks to everybody that watched. I ain't used to this live shit. We kind of didn't plan. Yeah, I mean, we kind of planned it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have like a little setup and everything for it. But hell, it came out good. We got it on Zoom and fucking on here too. So thanks for everybody that did tune in, and I appreciate y'all.
No, facts. Yeah, most definitely. Make sure y'all go follow him, y'all. Go tap in, go support him. You know what I'm saying? Go support him. Check out his other videos. Also, make sure y'all follow him. Put your TikTok, Instagram into the comments real quick.
Okay.
Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok too. That way we can do some TikTok lives. We're trying to help bro get his following up on there too. So make sure y'all just go support. We need to support each other.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna definitely be staying in touch with you. I'm gonna check out that website, and I'm gonna keep tuning in with all that stuff that you're, teaching everybody, on that website link. I gotta check it out. How often do you post on there for the
I have about, I want to say I got about 6 videos on there. One's 2.5 hours long, and then the other 5 are all music production videos. So I have to build up my presentations, but right now it's only one on there.
Okay, for sure. I still want to check it out, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna send you a link to it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, my bad. I was muted on Instagram. But yeah, I was saying, yo, I got like 7 videos on my website. 5 of them are production, or 6 of them are production, and the other one is presentations. So
well,
make
that's
sure y'all
fucking,
check that out.
yeah. I mean, shit, you got a lot on there. Then that's pretty good. Quite a few hours worth of shit.
Yeah.
But let's see. I was just kind of going through the comments and shit. Damn, dude. That's cool as fuck. I ain't never did one of these lives, you know what I'm saying? I like it. I like the whole energy. People join and comment.
It's dope for sure.
But yeah, man, thank you again. I appreciate it. I'll probably hit stop on here and stuff, but we'll definitely have to do another one of these in the future, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
They went really well. I like these conversations and shit, dude. We probably did about an hour and a half.
Facts.
But yeah, thank you again, man. I'll probably head out though, dude. I appreciate you. I'll let you know when I drop it on YouTube. Probably here in a few weeks. I guess we already did the live, but just so everybody can, people that ain't watched it, they can still get it and shit.
No, facts. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Send it to me in my email. I'm gonna upload it on my YouTube too.
All right, man, for sure.
All right, bro. It was good talking with you, bro. I'm glad we got to do this.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. We'll see you later, man.
All right, bet. Say less.